This time, I would love to review an advertisement I found in the so-called 20 Minutes newspaper of Zurich. So, in Zurich, some guy called Vaso has an association that is not into making money. It's a so-called Verein. And here they have a letter published to the parents because they want to advertise their demonstration and not just call out to the kids that do their climate warming demonstrations and don't go to school, but they want to have the parents in the boat as well. So they say here, we'd like to say thank you to you all for all you have done for us. You have always done to us. They write very badly because they have this sort of new German going on that is used in the magazines, but actually what they put into 2 sentences should be 1. But as we know, we humans intake sentences with maximum 5 words best. They split sentences where it's not grammatically correct. For all you have done for us, you have been doing for us ever since. Since we were babies lying in your arms, you have always given us everything you could. And here again, it should be a whole sentence, but then they break up and say at home and Bildung. What's the word? These people haven't got that word. Education, traveling, and foremost, your love. You are there for us because you want to gift us a future full of hope. But we have to be telling you, and it hurts in our hearts, our generation has no future. Scientists around the world agree our climate is a system that will turn over. We have 11 years. That's fear-mongering with this deadline. In these, we have to await for the Earth to warm up that much so that all life is in danger. And you always say how fast we have become big. You know how quickly 11 years pass by. So, as you live today, we won't be able to live. Why don't you do anything? These things that you do will destroy our lives and the lives of our kids if we ever have kids in the future. And even our kids will ask us, why haven't you done anything when it wasn't too late? And we will just have the sad truth for them that we knew about everything, the facts, the prognosis, even the solutions. But we have, out of free will, decided to look into the other direction. We don't know how you're doing, but we are in angst, in fear. Because of that, we are going onto the streets. We are not going to be held back anymore, not from the school, not from the adults that tell us that we are quitting school, and not by the politicians that say we should better go back and learn. But what should we learn? The knowledge that everyone is ignoring? We do, as you have taught us, to stand in for a better world for all kids and their kids. Since 40 years, the politicians pretend as if though at climate conferences they would be getting to solutions, but every year the CO2 output is bigger than ever before. Even 2018 with 37 million tons, and it's also getting to Switzerland. At our place, the temperature rise is even double to the global mean. We don't have to discuss, we have to do something. Dear parents, we need you. Please fight with us on the streets. The more we are, the less they can ignore us, because it's the last chance we have for a future full of hope for us and our kids. We won't be sorry then for what we have done, but for what we have not done. So this is the whole text with a lot of short sentences and a lot of feeling, fear-mongering, the deadline they give us, and even the wrong facts. We've got 11 years, and then all life will be in danger. So they don't give us facts on here. Why wouldn't they? So what I found out on the internet is that, yes, it's true. The human sources of carbon dioxide is mainly fossil. So when you look onto the world, what people that actually put out fossils, it's the Royal Dutch Shell Group, and it's the biggest corporation in the world. And they are mostly like ExxonMobil, Walmart, Aeons or something, BP, Chevron, Total. These, until 1/3 of this diagram, are all dealing with fossil uses. So it's them themselves, the high-ups, the elite, the dominant minority, as Huxley calls themselves, that does that. And then also, if you look at who they are, 50 conglomerations are controlling 40% of the world finances. This is a study the ETH of Zurich, Switzerland has done, 1997. And Barclays, Capital Group companies, FMR Corporation, AXA, State Street Corporation, JP Morgan, Legal General Group, Vanguard Group, UBS Agency, Merrill Lynch, Wellington Management, Deutsche Bank, Franklin Resources, Credit Suisse Group, Walton Enterprises, Bank of New York, Mellon Corp, Natixis, Goldman Sachs Group, T. Rowe Price Group, Legg Mason Incorporated, Morgan Stanley, Mitsubishi, Northern Trust Corporation, Societe Generale, Bank of America Corporation, Lloyd's TSB Group, Invesco, Allianz, Old Mutual Public Limited, Aviva, Schroeder, Dodge, Lehman Brothers Holdings, Sun Life Financial, Standard Life, CNCE, Nomura Holdings, the Depository Trust Company, Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance, ING Group, Brand Investment Partners, Unicredito Italiano, Deposito Insurance Corporation of Japan, Vereinig Aegon, BNP Paribas, Affiliated Managers Group, Resona Holding, Incorporated Capital Group International, China Petrochemical Group Company. There you have it again. It's the 50 corporations that own 40% of world finances, the world trading. Now they sure own more because we got more into future. So this is 1997 they did this investigation. And as we said, most of the corporations deal with petrol, with fuels. But the thing is, now that the kids go onto the street, this one very letter here, which got written by a new association that I found here on Money House, was created 2018, and it's very interesting to see what they do. Otherwise, they just take whole some grown vegetables and sell it in high price. This at the Zurich train station. Or they go and before these tomatoes could be roasted into biogas, they gave it away to people. So that's what this association is doing as well, which is a good thing. So these are the people, it's called Grassrooted. But he's been studying economics, you know. So, okay, they go and they save the tomatoes. But the very thing is, CO2 mainly stems from the seas. So what we got here is from Nuoviso. They're telling you where the CO2 in our atmosphere stems from. And mostly it comes from the seas, submarinally, so-called. It's this blue thing here, this one. Most of it. It's not human created or anything like that. So these fossils that we burn don't really ever do anything. The fossils is just a number, 5.5. But from the seas we have the number 700. Much, much more. Vegetation, CO2 gassing is 540 to 610. And it's coming from volcanoes there. So let's look a little bit why the sea has so much of this CO2. Well, because compared to the land, on the seas, there is much more volcanoes. Just look at this one here. How many volcanoes you see here? The dots are volcanoes. You know. Oops. Okay, quite a lot you could say. But then, under seas, all the volcanoes with the methane, which is also a warming gas. Quite a lot. All the red ones. Woo, that's much more than what we have on the earth. So that's maybe why we don't believe it. The sea, you know, is the one that destroys the climate. So see you in part 2.